Dumelang bagaetsho. I'm still Tsholo Rabotsho. This is still a safe space for unsafe opinions. Welcome to Brunch with the Blacks. It's gonna be a special one. In the last couple of years, we've seen African spirituality on the rise. A lot more young black people are more open about their spirituality. Young black modern people are taking over the narrative. And today I have a couple of guests over for brunch. The amazing, accomplished actor, writer, producer, Lumko Johnson. I have a biomedical scientist, specialist, device, Lelo. And amazing, award-winning strategist and sangoma, Dlozi Ngapai. So today, guys, I want to find out, how do you guys navigate through life as people who practice African spirituality? And I'll start with you, Lumko.
Oh, because I was like, all at once, guys.
Everyone together.
I think for me, I found that it helps me. I'm guided better. I used to channel myself in the world very blindly, hoping for the best. Like, you're just running into the dark, and you're like, I just hope I don't run into walls.
Yes.
Now there's candles in that dark. Literally.
Snap.
I'm following his smells and but there's navigation and there's direction.
Yes. Yeah. And for you, Lelo?
Look, I'm new in this.
Yeah.
In the sense that
And we were saying,
you were quiet.
my boy.
That is someone who practices African spirituality. I want to drive that. Dlozi must make a plan.
But yeah, I'm a little new to it in the sense that I was raised by my mother's side of the family, and my grandfather was a reverend. So not for a lack of, it's actually for a lack of knowing that I didn't, I wasn't raised on the side.
Yes.
And then recently there's this awakening where I'm like, shit isn't adding up.
Yeah.
The logic that I'm going through, or that I go through step by step, I'm like, things, they don't add up.
Yeah.
So it was a very big thing to get over, the cognitive dissonance of, you are seeing what you see.
Yes.
And you know what it is. Just
Yes.
accept that it is what it is and that you don't understand it.
Yeah.
But the irony is, as a person who always wants to control the situation, I have found a whole lot more peace in this chaos of, I don't know what the hell going on.
Yeah.
And you lean into, you always have a gut feeling, but you lean into that gut feeling a whole lot more because you know where it comes from. It's not just this feeling or, it's, if you're not supposed to leave the house today or go to that place and you get that feeling, you know what it is, because when you ignored it, shit happens.
Is it your grandfather just going, don't go,
Listen, they're
Shala
all,
pants.
and my thing is, it's from both sides. They're like, it's,
And then that grandmother said to me, but I told her.
Yeah.
that's the thing.
When this goes out.
Yeah.
So, but I knew I shouldn't have left the house. I knew I shouldn't have left the house. Yeah.
Yeah, look, that intuition, you trust it.
And for you, Dlozi, how's it been? I know you're a sangoma, you're a strategist in advertising, and I know that's something that's usually looked down upon. The minute you rock up to the office with beads, it's like,
What is these?
okay, like,
Is that
what do you
jewelry?
see? What do you see when I talk to you, Gogo? Like, how's it been for you?
Oh man, you know the term kwaiwa?
Kwaiwa.
I've literally into my people.
Yeah.
There's no space that I'm in that I'm not meant to be.
Yeah.
Every little thing that happens since the journey, it's been a couple years, and in the last couple years, I have learned to know that every space that I'm in is where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
I can rock up with my keys, I can rock up with me, bailan, all of it, and someone will literally compliment. They'll give me a compliment.
Yes.
Oh, I love the black and white one you're wearing today. Last week, I love the black and white one you're wearing today, and I'm like, oh, thanks, love it. Me too. I'm here for that.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that I've leaned into the most. Is whatever I feel like today, most probably from Gogo. Like me too.
Yes.
Today I feel like I need to meet you, and that's the thing that I think people miss, is that ancestors love me.
Yeah.
Oh, self-care.
Yeah.
Self-care is a real thing. It's
I wish they would let me wear brows and lashes. Like, I was telling a friend of mine the other day, I'm like, I rock lashes and they have a maximum time span of 2 days. And I'm saying 2 days, they are falling off in 2 days.
Yeah.
So by the third day, I'm just like, you know what, it's fine.
About
It's
food.
fine.
I
It's fine. And I think one thing a lot of people don't understand is who is leading you.
Yeah.
Right? And I think the narrative is that people think just because you're a sangoma, it's exclusive to you. And I'm like, no, guys, each and every one of us have ancestors that lead us. So if you're a masculine person, feminine person, it comes from somewhere. It comes from somewhere. And I think one thing I always just question is friendships. How do you navigate around friendships? Navigating through life is one thing, but how do you navigate through your friendships now? Like, how are your friendships different from before your spiritual awakening and now? Like, do you still have the same friends that you have, or did you pop out and people are just like, why are you on this whole Mpepo tip? Like, what's your vibe? Why are you always at the mountain? Like, what's happening at the water? Like, you know, like how's that been?
What I find quite interesting is that I've always had like a very impatient relationship with friends.
Yes.
Like I've always been that kind of friend where you mess up once, you're out, you know. And I never quite understood it until now, because I've got a very small heart, and it's small in the sense that I give a lot to friendship. I overinvest and I overlove and I want to look after my friends and I nurture. But when you hurt me, I feel like you've disrespected all of that. You took all of that, you threw it away. So in the beginning, I used to just cut off friends, and I still do. I just cut you off. Now I know why. Because I know the kind of friend I am, you know, and the kind of friend that I deserve. And I don't know if it's linked to my spiritual journey or my spirituality, but just as a person, as Lumko, when I befriend you, I know the kind of friendship I'm going to offer you.
Yeah.
And when you don't give that back, I'm just like,
You need to go.
nah, bruh.
Yeah.
Nah.
And for you, Lelo, how?
I've been blessed with the right people, if I put it that way.
One thing about dlozi, they will bless you with the
Yeah.
right people
And I
around
think
you.
the difference now is that before I was blessed with the good and the bad still came in, and I had to learn through experiences that happened over and over again, because I didn't learn from my lessons, that these people aren't supposed to be around you.
Yeah.
The people who stick around, they stick around regardless of whether, and I'm a horrible texter. I'm a great person in person,
Yeah.
but don't text me, don't call.
Yeah.
I'm just not that person. But the people who have stuck around, and the people who understand me are the people who are still understanding me now, even though they might not necessarily understand the journey. But they're like, you know what, we love you. And
I love those kind of friends.
They're like,
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know what's
You don't
going on
get it.
here,
Yeah.
but we're here. Okay,
it's
cool.
fine.
Yeah. Do your
We
thing.
went to Cape Town, and for like a good year, I was like, I need to be in the ocean.
Yeah.
In my head, I was just like, oh, I need to go to the beach. No,
Yeah.
I needed to be in the water.
Yeah.
And they popped up at Brunch.
Oh.
And it started with the bounce. I was walking out trying to get a Uber, you know. I'm like, okay, cool, it's great. We've been having fun. And the bouncer stopped me. He's like, yeah, you need to walk in the light. I was like, yeah, sure.
Whoa! Wait.
Walk in the light.
You are mid-groove.
Mid-groove, I'm drunk as hell. I've been doing
You need
shots.
to walk
I've been
in the
doing-
light.
Walk in the light, and all of a sudden I am jazzed. It's hiccups and it's heavy breathing. And the people I was around, that would have freaked them out.
Yeah.
And when we left for Cape Town, something said, okay, like just wrap it up, just in case there's airport issues. And they knew immediately what to do. They saw it lying there. They're like, whatever. Rough salt, the holy ash. They dipped me in it. They prayed it, and I appreciated that because everyone was doing their own thing.
Yes.
I have a friend of mine who may not understand it, but she's a praying person.
Yes.
And she prayed. And there's the other one, Badimo le Modimo, she was doing her thing. Others were just like literally holding my hand, like, you're gonna make it through. Because I was freaking out the first time it happened.
Yeah.
But the people who have been around me and have stuck around are, I know how to avoid people now. That whole thing of blocking people, and it was an intuition thing that I didn't have. But I'm just kind of like, I love people, let's just love everyone. I now have that thing of, this is not you usually give this person your energy.
Yeah.
And now it's an understanding, like you said, of, right.
I think the craziest part for me is when your intuition is like, Lumko's not a good person. And I'm like, but I love him so
you
much.
love
What do you
him.
mean?
Yes.
Lumko supports me.
Yes.
He's here. I love him. Lumko is not a good person.
Yeah.
Not for
And
you.
you-
No, but until
Yeah.
such a
comes
time
up.
comes where Lumko does something or something happens and Lumko just and then
it's
your people are
always
just
too
like
late.
it's yes,
It's always too late.
yes.
It's after Lumko does something so fucked up, you just
That
like,
you can't go back from.
And then your people is, but
we told you.
what did we say? You know, one thing I understood, somebody once said to me that you guys need to understand that ancestors have an aerial view of your life. You have this, they
got
have
everything.
this. They
Yeah.
know what's coming.
Yeah.
So if it, in a relationship, friendship, work situation, whatever, if they like get out, it's because they saw what's coming.
Yeah.
And for you not to get to that point, they're gonna stop everything, right? People like, no, why?
What's that?
Yeah, do you understand?
Experience also.
Yes,
The aerial view,
yes.
From my experience, if that happened, I'll have a whole entire dream and they'll narrate the whole situation of today. This is gonna happen.
Yeah.
In 2 weeks, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Who knows? You will sit there and be like, no, but we're best friends.
At least Nosy gets a time span.
You
Like,
get a time
you
span.
get 2 weeks,
And it
okay?
happened
Prepare
before,
for it.
And it's so crazy because there was this relationship, this friendship of like 15 years plus.
Damn.
And it's hard to let that go. Hard. 15. We were in high school.
It's a proper breakup.
And then it was like, let go of the friendship. I'm like, how guys? How you go? 15 years, you want me to let go? They're like, oh, okay, shut me, girl. Okay, fine. They made the whole movie, a whole situation happened at dinner, a whole fight came out, and then it was like, did we not?
We told
Yeah.
Well,
you
did we
no.
not? And then afterwards I left. I was like, you know what? Thanks for showing me granted because there are those conversations that you're not a part of.
Yes,
Like, yeah, I have it.
yes.
I love you. And it was just like, oh, is that so?
Yes.
And then we'll have to come back and be like, this is what's happening to me.
It is so crazy.
I wish I could get the movie, like, because I think I would
Play it out
listen.
for
Right?
you.
Play it out for me, then I would sit.
But now
because,
we listen. Now we
Yeah,
listen.
because I feel like my gift is more. So I sense things, right? So I'll walk into a room and I'll meet you, and I will feel a sense of agony. Then I know there's some kind of heartbreak I'm just gonna feel
Yeah.
from this. There's some kind of pain I'm
That's
gonna feel.
another thing. Like
'Cause I
taking
don't-
on people's.
Yeah, I
That's horrible.
carry people's
Oh my
feelings.
God.
I carry people's pain. I carry people's laughter. I carry
With your
people's
entire
joy.
being.
With my
Yeah.
entire being. You will tell me something and you're going through the most, like you've lost your job or you've just gone through a breakup or you just miscarried. I had a friend who miscarried and we sat in her room and I started crying with her and I was crying with her.
Yes.
It felt like it was my baby that was like
Yes.
that just being dispatched out of my body. And so I was going with this. I wish I could just see things,
Get a preview.
Then I'd be like, oh, okay, no, I'm not going to that restaurant today. I'm not hanging out with Tsholo. No, I'm not doing brunch. No. Instead, Tsholo was telling me a story and introduced me to a friend. And when that friend walks in, I'm just gonna sense something. I'm gonna feel something. And then I'll be like, okay,
I shouldn't be here.
yeah, no. Yeah, this is a lot. That is a terrible person. That is an evil person.
So, before that, guys, please eat. Come on. Like you guys are just.
We
Can,
were
can
in
you
that
guys please eat?
conversation.
So friendships is one thing, and I know that dlozi. I don't want to say hates friends.
No, they hate friends. Say it.
No, because they want their attention.
Yeah.
No,
The
attention
most
I get.
possessive, the most jealous.
They're very
the most-
possessive.
Attention I get, but I always feel like there's always a sense of we want bigger for you, and we know that the people around you feel a certain way right now. They love you, but when the bigger for you happens, their emotions are gonna change. Their
Yeah.
feelings are gonna change towards. Because I know, obviously, as human beings, if things are going well for Nazi, things are going well for Lego, you know, and things are not going so well for me, you can feel a bit, oh my God, my life has been in the shits for the last couple of years. Nazi just goes to the mountain and things are happening for her, you know, and people's emotions change all the time towards you. You know, I know friendships that I've left, not because there was anything wrong, but because it was like, you're doing well. And not everybody's going to be happy for you.
Yeah.
And the people that are genuinely happy for me stay. The most interesting part is I have a friend, right? When she goes through a hard time and things are happening for me, she would rather distance herself. So when everybody's congratulating, oh my God, this happened for you,
Yeah.
she will distance herself. And immediately I know that it's because she's having a hard time and things are good for me, I don't take it to heart. Because I know later on she'll come back and be like, yeah, sorry I was a bit, but like now I'm fine. And it's human. It's human nature. I think we don't give a lot of room in friendships, but when it comes to indoda, when it comes to indoda, we there's a lot of room for them. So I'd like to know, in terms of relation. Sorry, I'm triggered.
I'll start because fuck it, I have a story and I'm gonna put him on blast.
Oh, let's go.
I won't even. I want to mention his name, but I won't mention his name. And he was a Jehovah's Witness. I lied to myself from the jump. I was like, oh, but he cute though. He's handsome. He's not practicing, right? So it's what is, yeah. And I think we went for about a year and a half.
That is a long time.
I know.
It's a very long time. What's Jehovah's Witness?
With that Jehovah's Witness.
Back, I was like, the dick was also average, and I was like, you know, in retrospect, where you're like, shouldn't have been there. But it was a situation where I said to him, when I eventually came to, I was like, you're not supposed to be here. I pulled away and I said, you know what, we have fundamental thing with different people. And it's gonna sound like it's not me to you, no, it's you. You don't
You're
believe
the
in
problem.
the shit I believe in. And he turned to me and he's like, yeah, but how about we just, you know, feel this out until you get your calling? I was like, the fuck do you mean?
Just waiting
I'm
for
like,
the phone
it's
to
here,
ring.
boy, it's here.
It's arrived.
What do you mean? I'm in the process. He's like, yeah, but what do you, like, let's just feel it out. I was like, boy,
Your ancestors
fuck
looking at you like Miguel.
And I left, and then I think like a few months later, I got into a relationship with someone who is willing to go the extra mile for me. He also, ironically, is spiritually gifted, and he's like, we need to get this shit done. I'll have a headache. He's like, okay, cool, but is it a headache though? Because I'm a sickly person for reasons that we don't know.
Because you're a biomedical scientist.
Yeah, but you see, we'll get to that. Don't worry, there's a very valid point there, but he's like, yo, like, I get that in your head you logic it out and they gave you a diagnosis, but let's just double check if it's not something else. He's going the extra mile.
I love that.
If I have a bad dream, because they come for me in my dreams, dog. He's like, okay, I'm gonna wake up and go to my plug. I'm gonna Uber connect you, all these herbs, I'm gonna tell you how to do it.
Oh my, like, guys.
He's a ride or die. And I left a cute nigga who was like, yeah, let's just do this thing until they come around and kick me out.
Can my ancestors take notes?
Can they please?
No, I
Mind.
like, come on. Like, you know, because I know that they're very fussy when it comes to relationships, especially when you put too much of your focus on a man. He goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're digmatized, you're in love.
Yeah.
Yes, okay, cool. We'll just take him back. Thank you very much. No focus on that. They're very
But
territorial.
on the opposite side of that, because before this, I was a person who's just like, I was doing fuck buddies left, right, and center because it was very at a distance. I didn't have to commit myself. And at the first sign of, you know, oh, shaky, I leave because I'm like, I'm a crier.
Yeah.
When I'm angry, I kind of, like, I'm a crier. So I leave. But this one, dog, I couldn't leave. So even when you're supposed to be in that relationship, just like they'll keep people away from you that you're not supposed to be with, they will lead you to the right people.
And I think intentions as well. I mean, dlozi, as I said, dlozi have an aerial view. So you can meet with somebody that they send for you. They're like, okay, this is your person. And you feel all these nice things. But the minute that person's intentions change, dlozi's like, it's time to dip. Yes, we have chosen this person for you.
But it's not the
But
same.
they tend to, when they start doing sneaky stuff. Because I know a lot of people, a lot of men, when they meet spiritually gifted women, there's always that enchantment. There's always that, you know. And the first thing they think about is like, you're gonna know when I cheat. And it's like, it's bigger than that. It's bigger than that because there were contracts that were signed. There were conversations that were had. We are in this thing because of a particular reason, you know. And I think one thing I always want to dissect is what is the good and the bad that you guys have experienced, and I'm talking about the things that dlozi does to shock you. Because I know, them niggas are they're
so
surprising.
petty.
They're surprising. They're petty. You know, when they go big, they go big.
They go big.
When they go low,
They go low.
they go low.
So I've been in situations where how I always know that I'm not supposed to be with someone, especially like in a romantic space, is they make the sex non-existent. They affect that part, right?
The one thing you want.
The one thing I really want, it's like it's not gonna happen. He's gonna tick all the boxes. He's got a great job. He's really ambitious, and he's a great man. He loves me. He's funny. He's smart. And then we're gonna get to the bedroom, and there's just going to be no erections.
Oh my god. At all.
At all.
From both sides.
From both sides.
There's no way.
Or it's just like really, really painful, or really uncomfortable, or really awkward. We're knocking each other's heads.
I know.
We're knocking each other's teeth. Guys, I swear. And before my spiritual alignment, right, I never used to understand it, but it became such a pattern.
Yeah.
Because, oh wow.
Triggered.
Yeah. It became such a pattern where we'd have such great chemistry and we get to the bedroom and it's just like, dude. And now he's feeling awkward because he's like, yeah, I need to penetrate you, but it's,
I don't know what.
I don't know what's going on. And I really want to, but
This has never happened before.
never happened before. And it was just more than one guy.
Yeah.
Now I know, right? Now I know. And I've been in situations where, in hindsight, I then realized what I was being protected from. There was a guy who was sleeping with everybody, and I wanted him. I was so in love. And the one chance I got, like, because also this particular guy, friends had warned me. They're like, no, he's got crabs. Don't do that. Don't do that.
He's got crabs.
Yeah, they literally told me.
How do they know?
No, the one friend was like, he gave me crabs. We're like, we're at the Durban July and he gave me crabs. I was like, I'm so sorry for you.
But it's not for me.
And then when I got my moment, he was clean shaven. So I'm like, there's no crabs. Yeah. It's alright.
Yeah.
Guess what? My dlozi was like, you are not sleeping with this nigga. So we got to the hotel, and so I had checked in and I was on staying at the hotel. They were like, it's after midnight, guests aren't allowed.
Yeah.
I'm negotiating with this person at the front desk. I'm like,
First of all, that should have been the first sign.
yeah.
That should have been like, okay, I know her.
First we walked from the event to the hotel because there were no shuttles.
A very big thank you to The Rock in Kayalabi Corner for hosting us for brunch today. If you're looking for good food, good drinks, and good vibes, this is the place to be.
So again, my dude is like, I'm gonna teach
The
you.
flags are there.
The flags are there. Get to the hotel. I'm begging this mama. I'm like, please.
How many flags do you need to go through before you realize?
Like, dude, this is not happening, as you can see.
Eventually, I say to him, just sit here, like sit at in the foyer. I'll give you my room number, and then when she turns her back, just go to the left, run to the left. Eventually, he makes it to my bedroom.
Nah.
And now we're there, and we're trying to have sex, and then he stops. I'm like, what? There's just blood everywhere. There's blood everywhere. I'm not in any pain. I don't feel any injury, nothing. He's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine.
Are you okay?
Now I understand it's hotel linen, it's a
It's a blood bath.
So he's like, look.
Oh my god.
No, your doses are cancelled. There's no.
So I was like,
How many more flags?
I'm like, I get it.
They were like, no.
That was like, okay, we're gonna show literally a red
How
flag.
great must it be? So we're like, okay, let's just sleep.
Let's show you.
Let's just sleep. Let's just.
What
Where?
happened to the linen?
Oh my
Towels
god.
over it.
Oh my god.
Now imagine housekeeping in the morning. How do I look? Because it's not a nosebleed. It's not on the pillows. It's right here.
Oh, that is so heavy.
Yeah.
She probably, if she had Twitter, she probably like, Lumko wenu.
Yeah. So now I know. Now I know. So when there's any sense of like weirdness around the sexual space, then I just know, okay, not this one.
Yeah,
I make peace with it.
I know I've gotten an STD. No, not a sexually like a spiritually transmitted disease,
Yeah.
where the person that you're with, there's been something that has been done to them and then you sexually engage with them, and then it comes to you.
That's it.
And you know it's like a flu. You know a flu when you get a flu from from whatever, like you're cold or what, it's fine. Or you get a flu from somebody else, it's 10 times worse on you.
Yeah.
You know, and I think more than anything, what that taught me is to place everything in the hands of people, and in the sense of I meet you, it's amazing, it's nice. Next thing, umsamo. So guys,
I like this one.
I met this guy, right? And I think a lot of people don't understand that you can take literally everything to umsamo. I have been paddling for hot body. Hasn't happened. It's coming. But you can literally go with anything to umsamo and just be like, even sex. Like I know I asked for sex umsamo. I'll go and be like, guys, it's been kind of dry for a couple of
Can we work on this?
It's been so can we just can we please put something together, patanisa there, so that something can happen in my life. And I think another thing is, how do you? I think in this social climate, I know that the first time I wore ibai in public, oh my god,
Oh my goodness.
oh my god,
Right.
people just look. You look like you know something about me. You look like you can tell me something about, Exactly. It's like even being at work. Like I used to wear ibai at work, and you would find, okay, Mkulu.
Yeah.
They're
And
out
it's
here.
always
Like I wore ibai to work. First of all, the first guy I came across was like, why pere jakele sangom? That's not fair, And I think that just, opened me up to the fact that people think that the minute you start being out there about your spirituality and your beliefs, people think that just because you are Isangoma, and I'm like, guys, you are gatekeeping spirituality for yourself.
Yeah.
You can literally go to a booty shop and whatever draws your attention, whatever you like, get it, because that's what your people like, right? But people have just kept that to, okay, Isangoma only wear beads, Isangoma only go to the mountain to go pray. And I'm like, we need to get to a point where the narrative is everyone can do it. Every single black person can do it, because we all have ancestors. Yes, you might not be gifted, but practice your spirituality, because I know that the most support that I have experienced has come from my people. When nobody else was around, I will go to Msamo. There was one case where I was so upset. I went to Msamo and I shouted at my ancestors. I lost feeling my leg for an hour. No, because it's like how you approach them. No, it's like, who do you think you're talking to?
How dare you talk to me like that?
What the hell? What is your problem? But I think we just need to get to that place. The world is a bad place. The world is getting better. We're gonna get to the place where the world is the baddest, right? And I think that it's easier to navigate in life when you have the support of God and your ancestors. And somehow people always find those two as two different things. Especially Christians. I was at the mountain the other day and some Christian guy just he came with the security, and he's like, he held his Bible, literally like this, guys. He held his Bible, it's like, holy fire, holy fire. They are practicing witchcraft on the mountain of the Lord. And I'm just like, but God and ancestors are, there's no space. And I think we need to get there as a people where you understand that ancestors do come from God. These are the people that control our lives. Yes. Somebody said something very important on Twitter the other day where they were like, if you have 2 years left of your life, your ancestors are the people that go to God to be like, can you give her 5 more?
5 more.
Yeah.
And that makes it so much deeper. The fact that, these are the people that are fighting on my behalf. Because half the time, the spiritual battle is not even yours.
Yeah.
People are not even fighting you. They're fighting for Islam, And I think to just wrap this up, the one thing I want to know from you guys is what has the last couple of years taught you people? I want to know what has the last couple of years taught you guys. Whether it was before your spiritual journey or during your spiritual journey, but what are those key lessons that you guys always go back to be like, okay, reminder, this is what I've learned in the last couple of years.
For me, with that God and Badimo, there's one thing that always reminds me of. It's usually a statement of who I am.
Yes.
God took his time with me so that my ancestors can show off.
Oh.
That has
I love
been
that.
for the past couple years, everything that happens to me, it's my ancestors showing up. Because you know we have influences that will be like, no matter what happens in your life, you will see the light.
Yes. Yes.
And everything that happens to me is I always have hindsight of like, wait again, I will always come out.
Yes.
Regardless
Oh,
of whatever.
yes.
You don't know
it is.
how.
I don't know how. That's the thing. I will always say this. I don't know how. You know when they're like, okay, you're going through things. How are you gonna get? I don't know. I don't
But
know.
I'm gonna get there.
I'm gonna get
Don't worry about it. It might take
I'm-
5 minutes, 5 months,
It might
5 weeks,
take-
but I'm gonna get there.
And there's moments where like it's that thing of like I may isolate, I may whatever, I may go to the mountain. It's me and my people.
Yes.
Don't bother with between me and my people. I will come out of it. I will call you in 2 months, 2 years.
Yes.
I don't know, but it will come through. So God has taken his time with me, so that my ancestors can show off.
I love that.
That's it.
For you, Lelo?
It's not by your own doing.
Yo.
Like, and-
you guys
and-
are dropping bosses.
And this is
Damn.
something my grandfather, as a praying man, has always said. It's not by your intelligence, but by God's grace.
Yes.
You feel like you make it through things because of the knowledge you. And this is where I'm the whole biomedical scientist thing, where I'm kind of like, I am logicking out. Like I'm like, okay, this is what's going on in my body. This is what they said it is. This is how it works. I've survived shit that my doctor's kind of like, oh shit,
Yeah.
you're still here. I'm like,
Yes,
hey, I don't
yes.
know. I've survived shit that should have killed me, and no amount of medicine, no, and it's just situations where, in the right time, there were people and there were things to get me out of those situations. I had a pulmonary embolism once. I was in hospital. I had a blood clot in my fucking chest, and coincidentally, there wasn't anyone. I was the only one in the hospital room for like a week, and that night they brought someone in, and she was like, "Yo, she needs help." That didn't happen just by. They are people who are there, who are constantly looking out for me, and I feel like you need to acknowledge them. I mean, they do it out of their love for you, but don't just sit back and be like, "Yeah, I made it through all of that shit. Look at me," you know. You need to acknowledge that there are people who are going to bat for you, and be the person that you're destined to be. Because if you are not the person that they can show off with, you know they're wasting their time. So be that person, believe in yourself, have that ego, and have that goal to say, I am the bitch I think I am.
Yes.
So, yeah.
For you,
I think
Lumko?
for me, I've had to realize and accept that there's no such thing as a coincidence.
Oh yes.
You don't just land up in places.
Oh, yes.
You don't just
You are there
meet
for them.
people.
Yes.
Say things.
Yes.
You don't just like say things. You don't just roll into situations.
Yes.
Everything is so orchestrated and it's so planned. And it only takes hindsight for you to be like, yeah, that's why I got the job I didn't qualify for.
Yeah.
Because I met Tulu and she was like, oh, speak to so and so. And so it always seems so mapped out when you then do your own overlooking, where you're like, oh wow.
You see the collateral.
And you see the collateral and you see how things were set together for your benefit, for your good.
Yeah.
Hindsight is 2020.
Yeah. Oh, it really is. It really is. So for me, the last couple of years has just been that I've just been reflecting on the fact that certain opportunities, certain people I've met, certain networks I've had access to haven't just happened. You know, the schools I went to that led me to the people I've met, that led me to the opportunities I've gotten, didn't just happen because my parents could afford to place me in certain places.
Yeah.
There's just like there's someone who's stringing things together. There's people who are stringing things together, and they are placing me in particular places that are there to heighten me and to better me and to make my dreams come true. So man path and I ask for things. I'm asking for things that are already waiting for me. But I'm literally signing off now. You know,
I'm ready for it.
I'm ready for it now. Now I'm good, you know. And then it happens, you know.
So guys, thank you very much for joining me for brunch. Dlozi. She's doing very, very, very amazing things. She's a very brave person. Thank you for joining me for brunch. Lelo, biomedical cha. Girl, do your thing. Lumko. Doing so amazing in the media space. Thank you very much, guys, for joining me for brunch. For everybody at home, It's been amazing. 3rd episode in the bag. 4th one coming through. This was Brunch with the Blacks. If you enjoyed the 3rd episode of the Brunch Black Show, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, whatever, and let us know what you thought of the show. And if you want to follow the amazing people that are hosted for Brunch today, handles are at the bottom.